We're talking about Alex Murdaugh. He is set to appear before the Supreme Court tomorrow in South Carolina. His lawyers will give oral arguments in an appeal. So joining us this morning, once again, we have Emerson with Criminally Obsessed. Ann, thanks for being here. We appreciate it.
Well, thank you for having me. I enjoy it. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, let's review, first of all, for those who, I don't know, they're not intimately acquainted with the Alex Murdaugh story. Who is he, and then what's happening with him?
Well, he is our very high-profile case that was here. We call it the trial of the century. I spent 6 weeks in a courtroom watching the whole Murdaugh saga play out. And basically, we're talking about the disgraced South Carolina attorney who is also now the convicted killer. He was convicted of killing his wife, Maggie, and son, Paul, in a brutal slaying back in 2021. And he is also had a slew of financial crime victims who were past clients of his that he stole millions of dollars from. And according to the state, that was basically the prime motive behind his killing his wife and son. He has been in prison, not only on the murder charges, but also on the financial crimes. And the financial crimes, honestly, is going to keep him in prison. But he really does not want to get pegged as the person who killed his wife and son.
Okay, so has any new evidence arisen that would kind of sway things in his favor in this appeal that he has going?
That's a great question. We have not heard about any evidence, but I know that there is always a cadre of people that would like to find that evidence. There's so many people that still believe that either Alec didn't act alone in the shooting deaths, or that it wasn't him at all. So you'll always hear that. I mean, the evidence was overwhelming, even though it was circumstantial that he did commit these murders. But here's the deal. We have two major things happening tomorrow at the South Carolina State Supreme Court level. And that's why this may get a retrial in the killings. Because, number one, those financial crimes that I mentioned, that turned into a trial within a trial, a 2-week period where we heard about all these financial crime victims and how this would have put him on the edge to do something so horrific. But the problem is that there's a lot of questions about whether or not that should have been allowed in. So that's the first thing that the appeal, that the Supreme Court justices are going to listen to, is whether or not financial crime should have been brought in. I'm that mean we lose the motive on this case? That's a big deal. The second thing is jury tampering allegations. So the clerk of court, I'm pretty sure we've talked about this before, but Becky Hill was the Colleton County clerk of court during the Murdaugh trial, the double murder trial, and she is accused of tampering with the jury by leading them in the direction of whether or not he was guilty or innocent. Now, that was found to not be credible, that all of the jurors had said very clearly they were not swayed by whatever Becky Hill allegedly said to them or didn't say to them. But that is another major point. Now, we'll hear from the justices on those two major points, jury tampering allegations and the financial crimes, if they should have been allowed. On those 2 points, we will find out whether or not Alec Murdaugh gets a retrial. And y'all, if I spend another 6 weeks in another trial, I can't even tell you. That is too much to even believe. That's PTSD right there.
All right. And thank you so much. We have talked about that clerk of court before. I remember a lot of the questionable things she did. So thank you for talking about this case with us. I know there's a lot of attention focused on it, and we're hoping you don't have another 6 weeks in the courtroom. So thank you so much. We'll chat with you again.
Thanks. And be sure to check out the YouTube, because we've got everything on this right now. We've got a whole interview on this.
All right. Criminally Obsessed. Thanks so much.